This is the most terrifying method in horror games. I think that that's the most terrifying way of scaring the player is what that is referring to. But I was really interested in this video when I saw the intro. So
I am sick of horror games. Believe it or
okay,
not, constant jump scares get lame after a
they do. They most certainly do.
while. Now, it feels like every horror game on the market is either trying way too hard to be scary or is a clone of a different game that did well.
Yeah.
But sometimes you find games that feel distinctly unique and stray away from the common tropes we typically see in horror games.
Okay. Psychological horror. Turn the volume down a bit.
Squirrel Stapler is among my favorite horror
Squirrel
games ever.
Stapler?
It was made by the same feller who made Iron Lung, so that means it's already
I've heard of Iron Lung. I didn't play it because I think I don't know why. I just didn't. It either costed too much or I'm not sure. To be honest.
destined to be amazing. We start out by waking up in our cabin in the woods. The game explains
Okay.
that this rotting body nailed to the wall is the player character's beloved, who has been made ugly by the flies. And we want her to be beautiful again. Beautiful like the
Okay.
squirrels of the wood. So we will
Okay.
cover her
Interesting.
in the squirrels of the wood. It's probably
Okay. What? It's different. Definitely. That is most certainly not something I've heard of before.
a good time to mention that this game is very weird. But we have a job to do. So let's go hunt some squirrels.
Okay.
A massive reason why this game is so amazing is the way it perfectly
Am I still lagging? Is this gonna be a problem? Or am I just lagging on one screen? Like on one of my screens, I haven't moved for like 5 minutes. Yeah, we
captures
appear
the
to be
vibe
fine.
of a retro hunting game. It reminds me of a game I used to play with my cousin on the GameCube.
Okay.
Bella's Dangerous Hunts 2.
Oh.
The reason being is that Dangerous Hunts was creepy as shit. I remember me and my cousin would play it and talk about how scary the game was. There was a constant weird vibe that rose from wandering through the forest, and this
I want to know what he's on about, to be honest with you. Okay, this is way before my time.
it's a driving factor in a lot of good horror games. It's the reason analog horror exists. It's the reason new horror games come out the way they do. Because
Okay.
there is something terrifying about a world that isn't quite right. And that's what Squirrel Stapler heavily plays off of. But there is another detail in this game that I find magnificent.
Okay.
Before leaving
What
the
is it?
cabin, written on the wall in blood, you see, "In 5 days, God is coming."
Oh,
This is a
okay.
method of
I don't
horror
like
I
that.
find absolutely mind-boggling. And those 6 words perfectly encapsulate almost every key point of what I think is perfect horror. Fear of the unknown, eldritch horror, and fear of the unstoppable. The fear of the unknown comes from the fact that you don't really know what God is in this scenario.
Yeah.
The fact that God is capitalized implies that it is being used literally. This God is a being that is beyond your level of capability, and that's the same reason it managed to capitalize off of eldritch horror. Whatever God is something you can't currently comprehend. In 5 days is also a terrifying prospect. It plays off of the fear of the unstoppable because there is nothing you can do to stop those 5 days from going by.
Yeah.
And there is nothing you can do to prepare for it either. You can't run, there's nowhere to go. The map is relatively small and keeps you boxed in. The only thing you can do is just to keep stapling squirrels, and that you do. For 4 days you kill squirrels and staple them to your beloved. Occasionally, there's a squirrel bear that shows up, or a squirrel ghost that you'll need to fight off. There's a lot of squirrels in this game. You also find notes left on the ground. Some of these letters share cool squirrel
That's
facts,
kinda
and some
fun.
share interesting stories, which I won't go into detail about because I don't care that much. But on the 5th day, everything is the same, mostly.
Oh.
I really like that the atmosphere remains the same as before. In a lot of games, you'll see the atmosphere change to try and add a spooky effect, but here, it remains the same, which is even scarier. It maintains the mystique of what's going on here. However, one thing does change, and it's the letters you'll find on the ground, which are now detailing spooky, scary things about squirrels. But finally, after reaching your daily
Squirrels are capable of hating you. Honestly, I don't distrust that. I fully believe that. Frame drop issues, maybe. I'm going to reconnect to the internet one more time. Are we good now? Are we good? Is my PC gonna stop, throwing a fit? Shit like that. Okay, cool. But we're ready. We can continue.
A countdown appears, and you
Oh.
must prepare to meet God. This plays further into the point that you have no clue what God is, and because there still isn't a real way to prepare to meet God, the fact that you're told to prepare implies that something out of your control is going to happen. For 2 minutes, as you venture back to your cabin, the world remains largely the same. But as the timer starts to get lower, the voices start to sing. And when the time is up, the voices sing louder.
Oh shit.
Chanting about how God is here, but God is nowhere to be seen. The game won't give you the decency of telling you exactly when you'll meet God.
Oh god.
But after looking around for a moment...
Oh, fuck me. Oh,
I really liked the way this scare was handled.
no.
From start to finish, there was a clear build-up to the appearance of God. The game never tried to subtly imply it. There was a clear notion of when God would arrive, and in the end, there wasn't any cheap jump scare. The way this scare is handled is perfect. Nothing jumps out at you. Nothing chases you down or makes a loud noise.
Yeah.
Rather, the mere sight of this thing is what makes you jump. The game puts you in a position of constantly turning and looking around, but when you least expect it, you'll turn to see God, and it remains static. It doesn't need to jump out at you. Its mere presence has been revered throughout the entire game, so when you see it, you are already expecting something terrifying. It was your own expectations that caused the scare.
Whoa! I'm gonna be real with you. I'll be real with you. I've played this before. I played it all before.
Oh.
We're gonna pretend that this is the first time, like Markiplier, right? Okay. Oh, what's over here?
And the countdown is perfect.
Twat.
There's nothing you can do to stop it, and there's nothing you can do to prepare either.
I'm not 100% about that guy.
This weird primal fear of countdowns. When I was younger, I played a game called Dungeon Defenders. It's a tower defense game where you protect a magic crystal from hordes of goblins and elves and stuff. But whenever it was time for a boss to arrive, there would be a 15-second countdown.
Okay.
There wasn't anything to do during the countdown either. You likely already had your defenses prepared, so you just had to sit through this countdown in almost complete silence until the boss arrived. And this would scare the piss out of me when I was a wee lad, and continues to scare the piss out of me to this day. The next game I'm going to talk about is called The Salvation Project. This is my favorite game in the world.
Your favorite game in the world? That is quite... Okay.
We start out with a jolly song fading in, along with a cute little Kermit the Frog guy named Seth.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is Seth, and today's public service announcement is dedicated to your fears. This program is brought to you by the Salvation Project. And what fear are we going to be discussing today?
Okay.
Spiders!
That's right,
Spiders.
Satanism.
Oh. Oh, that's because spiders is an actual fear of mine as well. Just that's right, Satanism. Oh man, I'm doing a shit job of commentating over this.
Seth explains how Satanism is a growing threat in our community, and that we must locate and destroy all satanic objects within our home. Karen, the player character, determines that her son has satanic objects in his room, so we embark on a quest to destroy them. But before we do, Seth reminds us,
be careful, because if you don't care, they will.
Which is among my favorite lines in any horror game.
Yeah, that is quite
I really
bad.
like the way that the background music goes away upon leaving the living room. The background music, while still slightly eerie, is still soothing and implies safety. So when it
Yeah.
disappears completely upon leaving the living room, it alienates the rest of the house and creates a sense that everywhere but the living room, where the Salvation Project
This looks like it could be a,
is unsafe.
Doom
We
mod.
enter our son's bedroom, identify the
I don't know if
satanic
that's just the
objects,
time
and make our
period
way
or
to the
what.
garage to burn them. We return to the living room and begin watching the news before falling asleep. We wake up to Seth on the TV giving us another Salvation Project broadcast.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
Something of note here is that the background music has slightly changed. Now, along with the original music,
Yeah.
there's an angelic tone playing in the background.
My name is Seth.
Yeah.
And today's public service announcement is dedicated to energy consumption. So, as we previously stated,
Wait.
consumption. So, as
Oh.
we previously stated, energy consumption is an extremely important issue. However, sometimes we have to ignore it to protect ourselves from the evils of the world. As you all know, Satanism has started to rapidly grow in our communities.
The
Yeah.
devil comes at the devil's hour, and Seth wants us to be protected during the devil's hour. 8 p.m.
8
They
p.m.?
discovered that by using
Since when was 8 p.m. the devil's hour? From all those videos I've seen on YouTube, it should be 3 a.m. or 3:33 a.m.
science, so it must be right. I better hurry up and turn on all of the lights in my house before 8. After turning on all of... I really like the way this scare is handled. Similar to Squirrel Stapler, it makes you jump without having anything jump out at you. But here, instead of turning around to see it, it appears in front of your face. And the interesting thing is, it doesn't go toward you.
Yeah.
Instead, it goes toward the direction you're headed. That way, the scare doesn't end with the demon disappearing. Instead, there's a lingering fear that you'll run into it again. Then, after turning on all of the lights, then after turning on
Whoa.
into it again.
What was that?
Then, after turning on all of the lights, then after turning all of the lights back on, we get to...
What was that?
Then, after turning on all of the lights...
Well, what's that then? Well, what is that 3 pixel that I'm seeing on the screen right now? What is it? Because I sure as hell do not know. If anyone can make out what the fuck that is, kudos to you, I guess. Well done, you have a weirdly useless talent.
Then, after turning all of the lights back on, we get to see what is my favorite scare in any horror game ever. Seth appears in your living room.
That's your surely something like Outlast is better, you know. And I know I know Outlast is mainly jump scares as well, but still, like, you're telling me that is your favorite jump scare? Or no, your favorite scare in any horror game? I don't think I would even get that scared if I did play this and he was there. I'd be like, oh, what the fuck's he doing there? You know? I don't know. I disagree with this guy's opinion.
He sits patiently on the table, remaining static and lifeless.
Okay.
There is no more calming background music. Now, it's just the silence and the clock ticking in the background.
Well, hello there, missus.
Okay.
I believe you found yourself in a bit of a situation. Missus, this is an emergency. And a big one, I might say.
Yeah, there was
I
a demon
came
here earlier.
to help you get rid of the demons in your home. I see you've been watching my programs and following them.
Seth
Okay.
explains that you are in danger and that Satan is nearing your home. Seth then instructs you to go to sleep. After doing so, we see another broadcast from Seth, but this time things are different.
Oh,
The
okay.
background music has become even more intense, and Seth
I don't know why I'm like going back and forth like this.
has become even more irate.
Oh god. A bit more irate.
Everyone, my name is Seth, and today's public service announcement is dedicated to the signs of Satan in your house.
Okay.
This program is brought to you by the Salvation Project. As you should know, the devil is coming, and we should all be protecting ourselves and our loved ones from the devil. Check your windows!
Oh,
Check
God.
your windows! Board them up! Board them up! Satan shall not pass! Check your crosses! Make sure they are not inverted! Check your mirrors! Cover them up! Be careful, because if you don't care,
They will.
This was a Salvation Project program. Until next time, set out!
Oh, shit.
We wake up to see Seth still sitting on the table.
What a charmer, huh? Sure is an energetic fella.
Yeah.
But he is right. You should get on your feet and start covering them windows.
Sorry about that. Fuck. Ow. My ring light is a very cheap one, and it's one I've had for a while, and it just started flashing because it's on its last legs. Fucking ah. Oh, you might not have seen that on stream, but fuck me, that hurt. Honestly, the stream is like is fucked on all of my things right now. I don't even know if this is like if any of this is coherent. Let's turn that down because actually no, I need it up a bit. There we go. Like on one of my screens, it's still on the first game that we were going because it's that delayed. Do I might start and stop the stream a second after this, just see what the if there's like lag or anything.
Informs us that we have some things we need to cover up, and also implies that he has explored our house. We go around covering up our windows and such before getting another really well done scare.
Oh, what?
We finish covering all the windows before going back to the living room to see Seth. Seth starts to be a little bit insensitive.
I am not insensitive. I'm just doing my job. And
Okay.
my job is to keep you safe. Mrs., you should not anger the one who gives you salvation.
Okay.
Man, sorry.
You look tired. You should go to sleep.
Now we get to see the final Salvation Project program, and Seth is no longer speaking to the public. Now he speaks directly to Karen.
Okay.
Hey there, Mrs. I see you're back again for the daily wisdom. You are under attack.
Oh
Your
shit.
life is under attack.
It's
Your
by
soul
Seth.
is under attack. We have to go for the nuclear option.
Okay.
You have to call for help. Luckily, our manager knows the correct ritual to summon a guardian angel for your home. Do it now. Do it now.
Okay, this guy's getting a bit weird.
You wake up to see Seth once again, but this time, something is really wrong.
Focus now.
Okay.
Get the chalk and candles from storage. Lighter from the kitchen, and don't forget the lighter. The storage room is right across the corridor. Then, and only then, get back to me, and we'll begin the ritual.
Okay.
You
I'm
go to
not
collect the
liking
things,
this.
And after doing so,
That's it! Now draw the sacred pentagram, and place the candles on the edges of the Forsaken Star.
His voice is going all wobbly.
The Lord is coming!
Wait a minute. Is it in a pentagram?
Yes! Yes! Now the time has come! Your soul will be ours! The Salvation Project, it is finally complete!
Now, that's obviously not going to save you from fucking Satan. If anything, that's going to make you summon the bastard. Okay, that is not helping you from Satan. Making a fucking pentagram. Is this woman stupid or something?
The Hollow Star has awakened, and you were its originator! Perish, you naive wench, and succumb to the
Perish, you naive wench. It's a fucking belter of a line.
oh
Fuck's
wow!
sakes.
There's a lot of
Slide in the
important
woods.
aspects of
This is
making good
this one
horror.
is
We start off with a slide in the woods.
pretty simple.
Obviously. The dev did a really good job of making this whole area feel super liminal and creepy.
Yep, it's similar to the
There isn't
first
much else
one.
to do besides go down the slide, and that we do.
Oh, okay, I
On
know
our
where the
third
scares are
time
going to
going
come from
down,
with this.
the atmosphere shifts to being a little more dark and gloomy. Where before we had the slight solace of crickets chirping and birds singing, now all we have is a faint static noise in the distance.
Okay.
After going down the slide again, we see that the world is completely dark, and
Oh,
all that's
wow.
left to see is the tree's silhouette
Oh,
and a
God.
glowing object on the ground. A spooky screech noise plays and scares the poo-poo out of me,
Okay.
and then we discover that the object is a flashlight.
Flashlight.
And we use it to illuminate the playground so that we can keep playing. And somehow,
Nice.
having the flashlight looks even scarier than not having it. But with nothing else to do, we keep going down the slide. This time, there's another object on top of the playground. It's a news
Notes.
report discussing a disappearing people case.
Yep.
Apparently,
God,
people
of
keep
course it
disappearing
is.
into thin air from a local playground. This time, after
And
going
so
down
you
the
just keep
slide,
going down the
banging
slide, don't
noise
you?
can be heard from within the slide, which wouldn't make any sense because we just went down it and nothing was in it. Now, once again, we go through the slide, if you can believe it, and nothing happens. So we go down it again.
You go
and hear
again.
that same banging noise coming from the slide again. We then head to the top to see a strange sight.
Oh,
One trail
blood.
leads to what appears to be a
Oh,
person carrying
okay.
some kind of bag at the top of the slide.
Character's going to see this in the game, right? And you know what he's going to do? He's going to go down the slide again. That's how they get you. Oh, my camera's on low
We go down the
battery.
slide again, but this time we keep going.
Yeah.
The slide doesn't
Oh,
end at the
and
bottom,
the
which
slide
is
does not
another
end.
great example of a scare that doesn't jump out at you, but still manages to make your stomach drop a little. What used to be the nostalgic red slide then turns into an old mossy stone tunnel.
Oh,
and
no.
when it bottoms out, we are forced to crawl using a janky crawl mechanic that doesn't make a lot of sense now, but will later. This plays heavily on a claustrophobic effect, but that's
Okay.
nothing compared to what's to come. We then find ourselves in a large open space next to a massive staircase. This again captures that eerie liminal feel. Upon climbing the staircase, we're met with a blood-stained altar in a room. Something interesting is that this structure seems to be taking the design of a Mayan temple. Upon
Yeah.
entering the room, we're met with a large pulsating object that appears to be a heart of some kind. We break 4 chains surrounding it, and then we are met with a prompt to feed them. And we watch as it lowers
Oh,
into
wow.
the depths of the temple. Then
Oh,
we
wow.
start to hear approaching footsteps.
Woy, oy, oy.
Seriously scared the poopy doopy out of me when I was playing it. And the way this creature is designed is pretty
Oh,
damn
shit.
spooky. Then a tunnel opens up and we begin to crawl again. Except this time we can hear the creature we saw trailing behind us. You can also see it as well if you turn around, but I was too scared to turn around while playing. And because of the crawl meter's intentional janky design, there's a constant stress to be correctly crawling. If there were some basic movement system, crawling away from the creature wouldn't be as scary
Yeah.
because
Oh, my camera's turned off. No. Give me a second, chat. I'm going to replace the camera batteries. Streamer problems. I nearly spilled Monster everywhere. Everything's going wrong, chat. Give me a second. Camera's turned off. In the camera. There we go. You here, boy? We're back in business. Just put it back on the thing. And before you know it, you've got a Sony ZV-1F recharged. Plug your mind. Like that. There you go. Now, woo! I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I have returned. I has returned. Oh, God. There we go. That's how you do that. Professional. Put the battery in the charger. in the charger. There we go. And we are ready to continue with the rest of the stream.
Holding W would be all we can do, but here the crawl meter system provides a terrifying stress factor. Eventually, the creature stops chasing us, and we end up in the playground once again. Except, there is no playground.
Oh.
End screen! I love the way this game's scares were handled. It played really well off of the inherent fear of being chased. Hearing the creature so close behind you while you're crawling in a tight, unforgiving tunnel is absolutely terrifying, and the eldritch horror aspect of this weird, incomprehensible setting.
I will say this one looks like the best one, like the one I'd have the most enjoyment through playing. You know, I'd actually want to play this one the most out of all of them. Either that or the first one, actually. I'm not sure.
It's amazing. This next game is one that has never failed to make me poopy my pantaloonies.
Okay.
Now let me ask you a question.
This guy's got a problem with shitting his pants, man.
Have you ever played a multiplayer game?
Yes, I have. Oh.
Walking through a map that is meant to be filled
Yeah, I have. It is a weird feeling.
with people, but is instead desolate and silent. The ambience is eerie and unsettling because it was never meant to be heard. What's usually drowned out by gunfire and explosions is now unnaturally amplified. And there is something you can't quite put your finger on that is distinctly wrong. Well, No Players Online is a game that operates...
I have seen this game before. I've seen it. It's a pretty good one. Oh, this looks like the Lancaster leak thing I played.
A menu displaying different servers. Upon entering one, we're met with a capture the flag game, a crappy pistol, and a really weird vibe. After capturing the enemy's flag, though, mysterious music can be heard in the distance, echoing through the map. Moving closer, we discover a record player in an isolated section. After shooting the record player, the music fades out, and the eerie ambience only amplifies. Weirdly enough, as creepy as the music was, the game feels even scarier with his absence. While moving back to the base, an odd silhouette appears in the distance for a moment. After capturing the first flag, we begin moving back to the other flag once again. This time, we can see a red glow emanating from the other team's base.
Boy, okay. I don't remember this. I've seen this before, but...
After grabbing the other team's flag, a new person enters the game. And somehow, even though the whole gimmick came from the server being empty, the server being not empty makes this whole scenario even creepier. The black silhouette appears once again, just for a moment, and again, and again.
Ooh. Oh, and your pistol's fucked as well. Oh shit.
Once more, we capture the enemy flag and begin heading back to our base, but this
Yep.
time, it...
Oh, fuck off.
There's a lot more to this
Yeah.
game after this, but I'll leave that for you to discover. The important part is about how this horror works.
Yeah.
Normally, when playing a multiplayer game, the player will focus on almost everything but the map itself. Where a good gun is, where an enemy player is. But when playing on the map alone, all of that goes out the window, and the player is left focusing on the design of the map, the way the world works around you. There's also a paranoia aspect. You are conditioned to be constantly looking for players, so when there is none, you start to grasp at straws looking for one. That's why the silhouette randomly appearing works so well here, because a silhouette is exactly what you're looking for, except you know that it shouldn't be there. Canopsia is a term to describe the eerie, forlorn atmosphere of a place that's usually bustling with people, but is now abandoned and quiet. And that is exactly what we're seeing here, and it's a massive reason why liminal spaces are so creepy, because areas like this weren't meant to exist without people in them. All of this combined with a retro feel, intentionally creepy ambience.
This is like especially you can definitely get this feeling if you go into a Gmod server on like any of the sort of default maps that are on there and just wonder about it. It's such a weird feeling.
And spooky ghosts creates an amazing example of psychological horror. Every game I mentioned in this video has a distinct absence of something we see far too much of in horror. Jump
Yeah.
scares. Games like Five Nights at Freddy's, while still introducing great horror elements, also introduced the overuse of jump scares. Jump scares are a cheap way of scaring someone without needing to use any sort of real horror elements.
Yeah.
Most horror games simply rely on overused tropes or cheap jump scares to scare the player, instead of going through the effort to create something new. The fact is, humans are primarily scared of one thing, and that is the fear of the unknown. It's the reason horror games usually aren't scary the second time around, because you know what's going to happen. Psychological horror
Yeah.
is a great way to create horror that has far more potential for new ideas than a simple spooky jump scare game. Thank you for watching. I'm going to go remove any signs of Satan from my house.
Okay.
Oh, and one more thing.
You need to subscribe to Kill the Leaf, because if you,
You
don't
don't.
care,
They will.
they will.
Very good video. Very good video. I very much suggest that you check out Kill the Leaf's channel.